Alright everybody, today is Saturday the 22nd. We are going to double smoke this ham. It's already been cooked. That's why I'm calling it double smoked. It's pre-cooked, pre-smoked. But the smoke flavor that's in these hams is negligible. You're not really going to be able to taste it. And what better way to reheat it than in my smoker with smoke. I am going to do a keto glaze for it, a honey glaze. So let's go ahead and read the package before we open it, because we should always read our packages. Alright, total fat, calories, okay, per serving is 170 calories. Okay, the total calories from fat is 130. Alright, total carbs, 1%. There's only 2 grams of carbs in here, and there's only 2 grams of sugars in here. 12 grams of protein. Okay, inexpensive way to get in some protein, and I think it's tasty. Alright, so, open the package. You can get either the spiral one or not. They didn't have, I wanted a spiral, but they didn't have any spiral. I mean, they did, but they were small. And everybody knows I have a lot of people that I feed, so I didn't want a small one. But I'm going to take the time to do it. Might as well get one that's going to last for a little while. Lunch meat thing. Alright, I'm doing this in a pan because there's some water and juice in here. You can literally eat this right out of the package. Okay, but who wants to? So what you want to do is you want to cook it for about 5 minutes a pound. This one is, hold on a minute, where is it? 7.88 pounds. So it's going to take about 15 minutes per pound, or 5 minutes per pound, I'm sorry, it's already cooked. 7 pounds, almost 8 pounds, roughly about 45 minutes or so if we were cooking it at 325. But we're going to slow cook it at 250 in the smoker because we want it to get the smoke. I am not going to try to spiral it myself because I'm not a butcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it. So let's just go ahead and roll this on the side. Okay. Scoring is just cutting those lines that you see in the fat so that the smoke, the flavor, and all that can get all into the fat. I'm going to go rather deep because I do want it to penetrate.
I got it. No.
And then when you're done going one way, turn around. And go the other way. It'll show up better when we're cooking and reheating. Right now everything's cold. I like to work with cold meat because it makes life easier on myself. And when you're cooking, especially when you're working with meat, you definitely don't want to fight it.
I'm ready. Oh, actually, ready.
Bone right there. Alright, so a lot of people just put this in naked and use the glaze afterwards, but seeing as how it's going in the smoker, and pork, which is what ham is, and brown sugar go together beautifully. And I want a nice crust to form on this. So what I'm going to do, remember the rub that we made, the keto rub, with the swerve brown sugar and everything in here? Paprika, swerve brown sugar. It's the substitute, so this is totally sugar free. And we're just going to go ahead and, you know what, before I do this, always, everybody, make sure what you think you're putting on your meat is what you're putting on your meat. So I'm going to make a tape. Yes, this is the barbecue sauce. I was pretty sure it was a leftover barbecue mixture that we had saved. Now you could put a binder on here, but it was already in the juices, so I don't see any reason to put a binder on. This is going to make it we're just adding another layer of flavor on top of the smoke. And I'm using cherry wood this time. Apple wood is done, and I decided that I wanted another flavor, so I went with cherry. And of course, we are going to make a keto glaze for it. I will have that up for you as we get a little further into the cook. I'm going to put this on for about 2 hours before I do the glaze, and I only want it to get up to about 130, 135. So I'm not going to worry about putting the thermometer in until we're close to being done. But that's all I want to do. Not really too worried about what I get on the meat and what I don't. Wanted to cover that whole fat with my barbecue shake there. Anywhere you think you need a little bit more, just put a little bit more on. It's going to give it some nice color in the smoker. Alright, let me wash my hands. Shut up. Let's carry this out. Carry the camera. You can probably just take it off. So, okay, I'll show you. So, easiest way to do this. Shut that. All right. So, take your ham. Right in the center of the smoker. Currently at 216 degrees. It'll be up to 250 shortly. We will be right out. Well, for you we'll be right out. For me it'll be about 2 hours. Alright everybody, so we're going to make the glaze for it. It's been in about 2 hours now. I'm going to go check the temperature here shortly. But you want to take a whole stick of butter. I'm using salted this time. You want 1 cup. I'm using the monk fruit sugar-free keto-friendly maple syrup. So we're doing a maple glaze for it by Keto. You want a cup of this. So get the measuring cup. And I'm not worried about using too much of this because I don't eat pancakes anymore. Just can't bring myself to eat the keto-friendly pancakes. We'll try it one day on here, and everybody will get to see what it looks like. But right now, I think this will make a perfect glaze. Alright, we got a cup there, and then we're going to want an unequal amount of the swerve. So I should probably just pull the. So this is usually the beginning of the end. If I pull them off and separate them, I lose them, but whatever. I don't feel like wrestling with it. Alright, so it's all about making your barbecue healthy. So you like ham. I like ham. I love ham. Not everybody does, and that's good. It's more for me. If you don't like your ham, give me your ham. So anyway, but I like it sweetened and I like the glaze. That's why we have scientists that make this stuff called swerve. It's erythritol. There we Still 0 calories. This is not sugar. Okay? 0 calories. And it is made out of ingredients: erythritol, probiotic glycerides, vegetable glycerin, and fruit juice concentrate for flavor. Alright, so we've got that in. A little bit more. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add the sugar. We'll go ahead and add the syrup. You want to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for about a minute. Nice mapley flavor. Right here, I have some McCormick Gourmet Organic cinnamon and nutmeg mixture with some chia seasoning. Just going to add a dash to my oh yeah, that's definitely going in. Bring it to a boil first. Alright. Sorry, I wanted to adjust the camera for you. It's more interesting if you can actually watch it come to a boil. I mean, if you're going to sit here and watch it anyway. And we're going to go ahead and add a dash of this now. There we go. Smells amazing. Maybe in a few. It is well blended enough. I just want to check the flavor profile. Get a little bit on this spoon. Oh, that's going to make a delicious glaze. And there it goes. right up to a boil. Now it just started boiling. I want to turn that heat down because I do not want to burn my glaze. Okay, remember, sugar replacements burn just as easily as sugar does. So now you want to be in here and you want to be in here stirring. We want to do this for about a minute and then we'll pull it off the heat. Alright, kill it. Alright everybody, we're about to pull this out of the smoker and we're going to put it in a pan and we are now going to paint it with our glaze. Alright everybody, we're back. Got this out of the smoker. We are about to paint it with our glaze. I want to score it just a little bit deeper. I want my glaze to go all the way through as far as I can. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more. Oh, better be careful. Actually, that looks pretty good. So we'll leave it there. Now, for painting this, we're going to cheat. Pour it on there. Make sure you're getting close-ups of this. Just kind of make sure you're pouring it in your score marks. Saving some for after the cook too, so that you can put it on individual slices. At least I like to anyway. You can use it all and make more if you want. It's up to you. Alright. So to me, that looks perfect. Paint it up with the glaze. Saving some for after the cook. Alright. Shut it off. Alright, so once you've got it back in, stick your meat thermometer in. Nice and deep. There we go. Just to check and see where we're at. On this, the internal temperature currently is at 100. And we are aiming for 130 before we eat, so we're going to let that sit right there and cook. Probably another half hour and we will be there. Alright, so it's time for some veggies. We're going to roast some veggies, so let's see what we got here. So obviously you want to get rid of the dead stuff. Alright, so alright, kids are getting excited over video games again. Okay. So let's just make them all the same length, period. Well, unless they're super short that way. Alright. So those will be grilled. Don't need that. I like the slices like that, so I am going to grill them like that. Still going to grill these even though they fell apart. See if I can get some more slices. I'm going to put these on my griddle and skillet them up. A couple. I think I cut too much of the thing off. So how about I just pull off these ugly things right here. And I apologize about my grandkids in the background if you can hear them. Alright, so that ought to be interesting. Can you give me a bowl? Thank you. Gotta put all these loose pieces right here in the bowl. There we go. Keep that for the salad. Let's go with some onion next. Kind of wanted them thicker. You know, when you're not trying to make like hamburger patties out of your onion, it stays together like that. But when you're trying to do it, it falls apart. You know, the TV only works for the TV repairman, that kind of deal. Shut that off, please. They're including sweet potatoes in their diet, and potatoes are good for you. It's just that they're not good for weight loss, I don't think. So I'm not going to be eating any of the potatoes. And I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to have potatoes again, but we'll find out as time goes on. But I still like cooking them all up. Alright. Oops. Like I said, I'm not a butcher. Alright. Maybe a hack. Maybe I should have thought about cutting this end before I got here, huh? There we go. Alright. And there's the sweet potato. Hold on for 1 second. Here we go. Let's grab a tray. Okay. So we have a tray. Let's put the sweet potatoes up here. It's 1 sweet potato. Alright, let's go with the onion next. Put them in there. Then the broccoli. Let's not forget our scallions. 1 tomato. Make life easier on yourself and cut a tomato with a serrated knife. I don't care what the commercials say. Alright, so shut it off. I'm going to shut it off and clean. Alright, everybody. So here's our veggies that we're going to roast. Got the leftovers that didn't stay together in the thing. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of avocado oil on them. Alright, now, one of the reasons why I wasn't fond of veggies before was simply because I never seasoned my veggies up. So, a little bit of salt. This comes out kind of thick, so I'm going to sprinkle it in my hand first and then put it on. I wash. There we go. Now, be afraid to turn them all over. Make sure they all get seasoned up nice. There you go. Put the tomatoes up. Put these over here maybe. Flip the onions over. Just flip them all over. Season your veggies fairly well. Alright, now since I've still got this, a little bit more pepper. Alright, that's good. A little bit more salt. Okay, and this is my secret weapon, everything bagel. It is everything seasoned. Sprinkle it on there. Now if you're allergic to sesame seeds like my dad is, you don't want this because it does have some sesame seeds in there. So do check for allergies before you use it. Everybody here loves it, so we're all good. Now we're going to go roast them. Alright everybody, back outside. Here we are on the griddle. Nice and hot. We're going to roast them veggies. The meat just came up to temperature, so I'm going to have to take that out after I get these on. Put the butter on. Make sure all the meat's on there. Alright, veggies. Time to flip them. Here it is. Before I cut into it, I gotta do one thing though. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut into it. I think we determined that the bone is at that end there. So let's just cut straight down through all of that. That's the piece right there. Alright, I'm going to pass this to the girl who's been helping us with the camera the whole time. Let's give her a dip in the glaze. Alright, go ahead and taste that and tell me what you think. She's shaking her head. She ain't saying nothing.
Good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh my. Ham, folks, is what's for dinner. Shut up. And that is what's for dinner. 100% keto. Maybe a little bit dirty keto, but still perfect for the diet.